Welcome to Tech Champions. I'm your host, Chris Budihas, and in studio I have Matt Apprendi with Meeting Machine. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing great, man.
Good to
doing
see
great.
You, brother. Yeah,
happy to be
coming
here.
today. Yeah.
Always love doing meetings.
No.
Made
Well,
the company
good
in that
meetings.
way. Yeah.
Meeting face to face here. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. So, where are you from? And my understanding is you were a Marine Corps veteran also. So, thank you for your service.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, it was a fabulous experience. I joined the Marine Corps May of 2001.
Yep.
4 months before 9/11, and as we were just kind of chatting about just getting done combat training was 9/11. So
Right.
getting on this big
Wow.
force hump, mock combat, and then the guys that are kind of leading us and training us with our skills said we just been attacked.
Right.
So it
You're like, are you joking?
Exactly.
Like, no, we're serious.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We're all like, are you guys kidding us? We're all killed here,
Yeah.
taking our boots off, trying to
Yeah.
relax a little bit. And they said, no, we're serious.
Wow.
So I was able to. My brother was right down the street there, so
wow.
we were able to try to call to figure out everything. Obviously, the phone lines were totally down, but luckily, everyone in my immediate family was totally
Safe.
fine.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, so talk to us about Meeting Machine. What is it, and what was that journey from the Marine Corps? Now you're a CEO of this company you created.
Yeah. So I finished my service in the Marine Corps. I was a combat correspondent.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever seen Full Metal Jacket,
You were
I was
Joker.
I was Joker, which was a great kind of overall experience as a Marine, but also kind of indoctrinating in the world of communications, mass media, to travel with teams and get to know people and really kind of be a part of various missions and working with people directly. After Marines, fabulous GI Bill, was able to finish school, finished up my master's, and after I was done all that, I was like, what's next?
Yeah.
And so how did I get involved in the technology industry was through my older brother.
Okay.
He was starting a company at the time in New York City, and he said, hey Matt, what are you up to? Would you like to join this new tech company and learn a little bit about tech and learn about business? And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, how did Meeting Machine come about?
So my journey, I've always worked in early stage startups. So venture-backed startups, building out some type of new novel technology. And my main function has always been product and a lot of heavy intelligent data products. So my immersion was in marketing and advertising.
Okay.
How to use data, how to understand how to use that for personalization objectives and things of that nature. So based off of that history, and I did a big stint in health data as well, a lot of similar applications to derive insight based off of data to kind of connect the dots.
Right.
And so connecting the dots is always what I've done. And so the new connecting the dots that I want to do with Meeting Machine is connecting two people together that should meet. That maybe never had the ability to meet. Maybe they're part of the same circles. I'm a US MC veteran. There's other US MC veterans that are in tech. I would love to meet more of them.
Yeah.
And I went to NYU, for school. I always want to, meet more folks around my alumni community.
Yeah.
And so Meeting Machine is, built a professional matching algorithm that connects all those dots. You're a part of this community here. You're both part of this similar industry right here. You're both, looking to, do something new, start a new company together. All these different things and ideas that kind of are out there. And so Meeting Machine, writes an algorithm that matches two people together that should meet.
Right.
That's kind of step one. Step two, we want to take it a little farther, right? Because it's always tough. It's great that you should meet these people, but how are you going to get that meeting booked?
Right.
So we developed a scheduling algorithm as well. So we automatically could figure out, hey, Matt, you should meet Chris.
Yeah.
You're both USMC veterans. You're both kind of involved in the media and tech kind of industry.
Okay.
When are you both available? Well, instead of you kind of thumbing through your calendar, me thumbing through my calendar, the machine automatically figures out, hey, you're available for 15 minutes on Thursday at 12 p.m. I'm available then. And the meeting is automatically injected in your calendar. Yeah. And then we pop on the call, just kind of like what we're doing right here, and saying, hey, Chris, how you doing? I see we have these common interests and ideas. What else is going on?
So, it's funny, as you're talking, I'm visualizing on LinkedIn, but what LinkedIn's going to provide you is that sense of, you got the macro data, but how do you filter into microdata that matters in order to have that synthesis. And then the next step, by the way, now that you found that person, or they found it for you, now you got to meet, because that's a big piece of that right there. I mean, you can link up with somebody on LinkedIn, but if you never talk or communicate, then this is forcing that function of like, now you have purposeful networking.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, the big, ideal of it. There's plenty of chat platforms, plenty of like forums, there's plenty of ways to kind of, share and socialize content. So we said, hey, let's get people live and have that first authentic, one-on-one conversation.
So where are you at in fielding right now? Are you guys fully up and operational right now? And how many folks have come forward? Or are you guys kind of early stage right now?
Yeah, we're early stage, so we're kind of at that stable like 1.0 kind of like product. We got our first handful of customers harnessing the technology. And the way that we're, I guess, commercializing and making money, we're basically licensing the software to other existing communities. So a good use case is B2B marketers. They host large events.
It's a gigantic community.
And everybody at that event is never going to meet. And so we say, hey, why don't you allow your attendees to continue that conversation after the event, to kind of continue the engagement, continue the conversations, to kind of build that community out even stronger.
It's a huge value proposition. Because now I want to go, because not only am I get to go to this event that's being sponsored, and I'll be better as a result, but you're right, I've been at a few conferences where it's like tens of thousands of people. I'm not going to get to know those people. However, Meeting Machine is going to allow me the opportunity to get that refined network of people that I can meet with.
Yeah, that's one use case, and that's definitely the goal. I mean, of that 10,000, you might have met a dozen or so, kind of going through really quickly. But maybe there's a 10 or so in there that's really great, folks that you should meet. And so the machine algorithm is trying to kind of make those matches happen after the event.
That's good. So Matt, where is, because we broadcast nationally, so where do people come to find Meeting Machine?
Yeah, so it's meetingmachine.me is the main website. And so from like the end kind of user perspective, it's entirely free. There's numerous what we call...
That's my favorite price, by the way.
Right.
You can't run a business by it, but
right,
it's good to kind of get it out there.
Well, it's kind of like, it's the phrase used a lot in tech is like product-led growth.
Right.
So from the user perspective, there's many intro groups that are already set up on there, and you can go and join whatever interest group that you may like as an individual.
Okay, that's great.
From the B2B perspective, there's folks that basically host those groups that want to facilitate those live conversations around their existing communities.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Matt, what we're going to do is take all your information and all the company's information. We'll post in our show notes, and we'll get it out to the greater
that's fantastic.
World Wide Web, so to speak. And
more awareness is always good.
Get it out there, absolutely. But I thank you for coming in, and thanks for your service to the nation. And look forward to seeing where Meeting Machine's going, and we'll have you back here in a couple of months to give us that update.
All right.
So thanks again.
Likewise, Chris. This is great.
Yeah, it's great.
Thanks,
Hey,
team.
folks, if you like what you heard, please share us, connect with us on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. Check out meetingmachine.me. And if you like what you heard, share us and connect with us. Live with gratitude, and we'll see you in our next segment.